So we're going to be working on P.8, which is on unit rates. This is another one of those really good real-world sections because there's lots of stuff that you could be doing in your real life from this section. Now, when we start, there's an important question to ask yourself, and I picked these two things to ask the question. What is the label on each of these pictures? So for the bottom one, you have 40 miles per hour. Okay, well, if we were going to write miles per hour as a fraction, you would do miles per hour like this. So the word per means divided. And also, if we said hours per mile, does that make any sense? And I hope it doesn't, because that's nothing that we would ever use. Just like up here, we have dollars per ounces, or dollars per ounce. And we would never say ounces per dollar. That doesn't make any sense. So for these two examples, you got to really be thinking about, don't fall into the trap of doing it backwards from how the real world would do it. So for everything today, if it's how you would do it in the real world, then that's how you would do it here. So we have a couple examples. You drive your car 500 miles over 6 hours. What is your speed? Well, we want to do it as a fraction with a label. And would we rather do miles per hour or hours per mile? And I hope that you know we would do miles per hour. So we'd write it like this. And from here, all we do is we take this unit rate and we divide it. 500 divided by 6 gives us 83.3. And we would label this miles per hour, just like that. So you buy 8.3 pounds of steak for $12.43. What is the price? Now it's the same question. Do we say pounds per dollar or do we say dollars per pound? And I hope that you know that we say dollars per pound in the real world, so that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to do $12.43 per 8.3 pounds. And now I just divide like I did on the other one, 12.43. Oopsie. Yes, I know, calculator. 12.43 divided by 8.3 gives us 1.5 about. $1.50 per pound. Okay, now there's lots of different ways you could write this. You could say $1.50 per pound, but that looks kind of weird. As long as you say it correctly, that's the most important part here. I usually write it like this because that's how I see it when I go to Hy-Vee or Walmart or wherever. So I'd like you to try these two on your own and see what you get. So for the top one, I would have done 65 baskets divided by 3 minutes. Which is about 22 baskets per minute. Because I wouldn't say minutes per basket. That doesn't seem right. I bagged groceries for 8 hours and I was paid $90. Well, I want dollars per hour. So I'm going to go $90 per 8 hours. Which gives me 11.25 dollars per hour, just like that. Okay? So now that we're going to be working with some conversions, we're going to go to IXL and take a look at what that is. And another thing I want to show you is going to be on Google and how to do those. So a 4-cup carton of yogurt costs $2.64. What is the price per pint? Now this is nice because it tells us we want to do dollars per pint, but we need to know how many pints are in a cup. And what we do is, I've already shown you here, if you go to Google and you type convert pints to cups. It'll even fill it out for you. Google Convert has a really nice thing. It tells us that there are 2 cups for every 1 pint. So we go back to our problem, and we have 4 cups, so that's equal to 2 pints. So we do 2.64 divided by 2, which gives us $1.32 per pint. And I got to make sure you write this as a dollar form. There we go. So 4 tons of dirt costs $480. What is the price per pound? Well, I don't know how many pounds are in tons, so I'm going to convert tons to pounds. And it's 2,000 pounds is 1 short ton. So, oops. So that means we have 8,000 pounds and $480. So I'm going to go 480 divided by 8,000, which is 0.06, so 6 cents per pound. I'll do one more. A 2-gallon jug of water costs $11.04. What is the price per pint? So I need to know how many pints. Is that right? Pounds? Gallons. Not pounds, gallons. Gallons to pints. That means there are 8 pints in 1 US gallon. So that's 16 pints total. So I'm going to do 1104 divided by 16, if I can open this up correctly. There we go. What am I doing? Divided by 16. There we go. 0.69, so 69 cents per pint. All right. So one of the things that I will recommend doing is making a conversion cheat sheet. So getting out a piece of paper and figuring out all the conversions that you might need for IXL or something like that. And if you make that and you put it in your notes, I'll let you use that anywhere, you know, quizzes, tests, whatever. And if you do that and you bring it to class tomorrow, you can get 5 minutes of game time added to your game time score. All right, that'll be everything. If you have any questions, make sure you bring them to me as soon as possible.